Now that we've added our backdrop, we're getting to pretty close to the end here. We get a chance to play back this little slideshow. And the next little thing we're going to take a look at are titles. Now the titles are the things that appear at the front and the back of the slideshow. If you have the intro screen clicked on, then you will see an intro screen that shows up. Well, that's the young lady's name, Amanda Cody, so that's kind of fine. We could do that. And if we click on Add an Identity Plate, we've got a chance there to either edit and put something new in there, or like we said before in another video, use the graphical identity plate, go someplace outside of Lightroom and collect up something that we've done in Photoshop or Illustrator to use as this graphical identity plate. But for now, we'll just use this stylized text identity plate. I'm going to say OK to keep that, and you see that that's going to be the front opening screen of hers. And we could override the color. We could go get another color. If I click on that and click in the little box here, and I'm way over on the right, I'm sorry. I'm going to shut this off to show you one more time. If I click on the override color and click in the box here, if I click to pick a different color, notice it changes the name, the color of her name to something different. And again, we could do the same thing we did before. Click inside the box, hold the mouse down, and drag outside the box and pick any color anywhere. And whatever gray or black or brown or white, whatever you happen to have, that would be the color that would be used for the type there. So let's say we kind of like that as a darker gray. When we close that up, that's good. Now for the ending screen here, you can click on the ending screen and turn it back on. And you see it says Commercial Art 2012. Well, this is her AP Art final, so what we want to do is we want to change that. So we're going to say Edit. And as long as it's highlighted in blue, we can say AP Art Final 2012. And we'll say OK. Now you notice you could have changed the font there and everything else. You can even override the color. If I click in that box again like we did before, click and hold it and drag where I got the other color. I know that this color now matches the other color, and so we can let go. So we're done with the titles there. What we want to do is take a look at the playback. In the playback, you can include a soundtrack, you've got some slide duration, and you've got the random order, all this other kind of stuff here. Let's just see what this would look like if we don't include a soundtrack. And we're just going to say, let's see the preview. So we're going to say preview here. And what it's going to do, oh, by the way, you want to go back to the first slide here. So I'm going to go back to the very first slide and click on that. So I'm at the first slide before I do anything else. And I'm going to hit preview. And it's going to build a little preview of what this slideshow should look like. So here it comes. There's her name. And it will dissolve into the first slide. And to the next. And this is set up based on what we've got over here for the slide duration. You can certainly change that. So I'm going to just hit the pause button down the middle here. Just hit that to stop this. And I could go over it and say, you know what, I want the slides to appear for a little bit longer. And I want the fades to be a little bit quicker. Or I want the fades to be longer. And the slides to appear slower. A little shorter, excuse me. So let's try it, hit and play now, and see what happens there. So the fades go longer, you see. And the slides only show up for about 2 seconds, and it takes a little bit longer to fade them one to the next. You know, it's certainly a matter of taste here, and this is something that you have a conversation with your students about. You know, how does this work? How do you keep the viewer's attention by the way you set up the slideshow? All right, so we're almost there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of a soundtrack, and then we're going to finish this up and export it out as both a PDF and as a video. And we'll take a look at that in the next movie.